Hi everyone, so welcome back to the next video of Let's Get Grammar. This video is going to be looking at colloquial language. So I'll explain to you what it is, why you shouldn't use it, where you can use it, and hopefully it will give you a better understanding of when you are using it so you can avoid it. But yeah, so remember, follow me on my social medias and I will answer any questions you have and leave a comment if you have any other questions. But yeah, let's get into the video. So why this topic? It's important to know what is and what is not acceptable in various settings. You may be using colloquial language and not realize it, which happens a lot. There's times when I don't realize I'm using it, which would then reflect badly on you. So you're trying to always have a good impression on people. So if you accidentally use colloquial language, some people might find it unprofessional and may look down on you for that. So what is colloquial language? Language or expressions used in ordinary language by common people, which is a long-winded way of saying things that the average person says. That's pretty casual. So when you use words or phrases to mean something that they do not traditionally mean. Colloquial is another way of also saying slang. However, slang can vary and there are differences, which is why I want to focus on colloquial only. We can do slang at a later date, but colloquial language is the unintentional casualness of your phrases, whereas slang is deliberate. Examples of colloquial language. So you may not know these were colloquial. There's a few of them I didn't actually know were colloquial either. So to be blue, to mean to be sad, rather than talking about the actual colour of blue. Bamboozle, to mean confuse. It's far too colloquial, that one. You very rarely would ever say bamboozle unless you were with friends or family. Wanna, gonna, these are contractions and therefore the enemy. As I've said, I hate contractions. They are terrible. They have a time and a place. Most of them is not in written English. Knackered, to mean worn out. Rubbish, as in not great, rather than actual trash. So yeah, so there's a lot of words that we tend to use on a day-to-day and not realize it's colloquial. So it's good to know what some of them are. Obviously I haven't put the full list, but knowing what some of them are will make you more aware of the words you use and will therefore make you more alert. So is it acceptable to use? Because you're hearing me say it's bad, it's terrible, it's negative. It depends on the situation. So you're going to have to base it on context of the situation. So with friends and family, it's okay. You're not trying to be formal with your friends and family because they are close to you. Formal situations, not at all. That could be bad. It could lead to lots of troubles. For example, you could lose contracts, you could lose clients, you could even lose the opportunity of a new job, for example, if you accidentally used some sort of colloquial phrase when you were either applying or interviewing. It's little things that you don't realize, but it's very serious. So colloquial language and grammar. As colloquial language is informal, using it in a formal context would automatically make it grammatically incorrect. It will affect you both in work and in exams, so you need to be aware of it. So in an exam, it can cause you to lose marks for grammar. And in a work environment, it can cause you to look less professional. So you have to be aware of what you are writing. If you're unsure, don't be afraid to have someone check it for you or read out loud and see what it is you've actually written. I do tell people to read out loud quite a lot. A bad example of colloquial language. So you are writing an email to your manager at work about not being able to come to work. You need to have a level of professionalism. Hi Terry, I was going to call you, but I've been knackered after a bad night and just felt rubbish. I'm not going to be able to make it in later. Can you do me a favor and just keep me updated on the work? You're a star, thanks. So what is wrong with that email? Let's dissect. Professional emails do not start with hi, although it can be excused if there's a deep familiarity and companionship. As I said in the brief, you are writing it to your manager, so you need to have some sort of formality. They are the person above you who decides if you are staying in this job or not. Use of contractions such as gonna, as I said, they are the enemy. Avoid them. They just look wrong. Just so wrong. Both knackered and rubbish are colloquial phrases and not suitable for a professional email. I use these two deliberately because they were the ones we discussed, but there are probably others that you've used and not realized you shouldn't have that could be seen in the same light. The phrase "do me a favor" is inappropriate for the setting. It is colloquial. It's also grammatically incorrect. Many issues with that. The sign-off is too casual. You're a star. Remember, this is your manager. It's a person above you. Even if you are appreciative, you say, "I appreciate the effort," not "you're a star." That's the sort of thing you would say to a child. This sort of email would look bad on you and could cause you to lose respect from your manager. And when your manager doesn't respect you, they may not think you are capable of doing your job anymore. So, what have we learned? Be very, very careful of the emails you send. So a good example. Dear Terry, I apologize for the late notice, but due to personal circumstances, I will be unable to attend later today. Would it be possible to be kept up to date with regards to the work? Thank you. Did you see the difference? So it's best to start with an apology, especially for an absence, polite and professional. You are going to be absent from the job you are paid to do, so being polite and apologizing will always reflect well on you. Some things need to be left unsaid. Do not tell someone that you are unable to come in because you are tired. Even if it's true, it's not a good look. Like, we're not saying you can't be tired. Things can happen. There are circumstances. Obviously, you have a private life. But let them know it's personal circumstances and that you need a personal day. So asking for an update with courtesy, remember they're your manager. So it's the same thing of what you had in the first one, however this is 1, shorter, and 2, more polite and uses less colloquial language, which is what we need. So what to remember? Try not to use colloquial language as it makes your writing less professional. If it is something you would say to your friends or family, then yes, it may not be the best choice for a professional setting. That's the best way of figuring out when to use it or not. Would I say this to my friends and family, but would it be appropriate? Avoid contractions, just avoid them. I'll do a video on those as well, but I tell all my students this: avoid contractions, just write out the full word. So if it's instead of don't, write do not, instead of can't, write cannot. That way you can just avoid it completely and not make any mistakes, and it automatically makes everything seem more formal. Was this video useful? Hopefully it was. So share, like and subscribe. If you have a question, leave a comment. Follow me on my social medias. And I will see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.